Voice of Korea.
This is Voice of Korea.
This is Voice of Korea.
This is Voice of Korea.
We begin the English language transmission from Pyongyang, the capital of the Democratic People's Republic of Korea.
Winners from a mixed powers. Served General Kim Il-sung. 3일 Powers First General 김清일.
Respected Kim Jong-un, First Secretary of the Workers' Party of Korea, First Chairman of the National Defense Commission of the DPRK, and Supreme Commander of the Korean People's Army, visited the construction site of apartment houses for educators of Kim-taek University of Technology. He was accompanied by senior officials of the party army. Seeing the construction site teeming with field information and education activities, he said with great pleasure that he likes the working manner and the working site of the unit, which created the maximum speed. The offensive speed of the 21st century is quite different. Going around the housing construction site, respected Kim Jong-un learned about the project in detail. Seeing the high-rise apartment houses, he said with pleasure that as the outer walls are curved, the buildings look like sailing boats on the river Taedong. They are peculiar smart buildings which reflect the intention of the party on continuously renovating the formative and artistic value of architecture. And they are masterpieces demonstrating our architecture radically developing after the great workshops of construction officials. Saying that as public welfare service establishments, including shops, have been built under the apartment houses, they are good-looking and stable, and the passage between the corridor and vestibule has been treated well. He praised the soldier builders for building them according to the design ratified by the party. He said it is a working manner of the soldier builders of Unit 267 of the Korean People's Army to strictly observe the demand of the building method in construction and firmly ensure the security of the buildings under the slogan on taking responsibility for the safety of the project and guaranteeing its absolute quality for all eternity, and underscore the need to learn after their working manner in all fields of construction. He instructed on speeding up the framing process and plastering of the inside and outside, and pushing ahead with manufacture of furniture simultaneously. He said, "As I always stress, for success in the scientific researches, it is necessary to solve the issues concerning the life of scientists and researchers and counsel them in a responsible manner. There is nothing to spare for the educators who are devoting their all to training talented persons of the country. It is an intention of the party to build a lot of such apartment houses in the future and provide them to the teachers and researchers. Respected Master Kim Jong-un proposed building more apartment houses so that the teachers and researchers of Kim-Il-sung University of Technology can do education and scientific researches without any worry about life. If more apartment houses with 500 flats for educators of Kim-Il-sung University of Technology are built on the bank of the river Taedong around those under construction as well as service establishments, the street will be formed, he said, and added that it would be good to name the new street Mire or Future Sciences Street. He proposed finishing the inside and outside of the new street wonderfully on the highest level and making it an occasion of a revolution in construction once again. He proposed dispatching a powerful building force of the People's Army and finishing the project until the Day of the Sun, the birth anniversary of President Kim Il-sung in 2015. Respected Kim Jong-un said he would examine and decide at an early time the issue on building another apartment houses with 500 flats for educators of Kim Il-sung University. He said the construction of the apartment houses for educators of Kim-Il-sung University of Technology should be completed until the anniversary of the founding of the Workers' Party of Korea and provided to the teachers and researchers, and expressed the belief that Unit 267 of the Korean People's Army would implement the intention of the party with practice.
The main issue of the Romanian newspaper, Romania Story, gave the gist of the great leader Kim Jong-un's famous work on preserving the social character and national character of the revolution and construction.
A lecture was given at the Guinean Art College on the 12th, on the occasion of the 50th anniversary of the great leader Kim Jong-un's start of work at the Central Committee of the Workers' Party of Korea. Present there were the teaching staff and students of the college. The speaker said leader Kim Jong-il, who carried forward the idea of President Kim Il-sung on believing in the people as in heaven, took it as the supreme principle of the party to conduct activities for the interests of the people and strengthen and develop the Workers' Party of Korea into a party enjoying absolute support and trust of the popular masses. He performed great exploits for the Korean nation and humanity. With his outstanding political ability, the speaker praised.
Kim Yong-nam, President of the Presidium of the Supreme People's Assembly of the DPRK, met and had a talk with Surin Carson, Executive Director of the World Food Program, and her party, who paid a courteous call on him at the Master Assembly Hall in Pyongyang on Tuesday.
The Gange Tech Research Institute under the Tech Branch Institute of the State Academy of Sciences has been built in the suburbs of Gange City, Jagang Province. The new institute has staff raising and cultivation, genetic resources, light and scientific information research wings, solar greenhouse, outdoor experimental plant, and 13,000 square meters of test experiment station. There are also hostel and public service amenities for the convenience of life of the researchers and employees.
The performance of the modern bong band given in presence of respected Kim Jong-un in honor of the participants in the 9th National Meeting of Artists continued at the April 25th House of Pleasure in Pyongyang on the 20th. The performance was appreciated by creators and artists in the field of literature and art and teachers and researchers of art educational institutions in Pyongyang.
DPRK boxer Lee Chung-il bagged the gold medal at the International Boxing Tournament named after Konstantin Gorokov held in Khabarovsk of Russia. He defeated his Kazakh rival 3-0 in the finals of men's 52kg event and won a gold medal. Meanwhile, Han Jong-hyuk, Kim Chung-hyuk, and Kim Myung-il bagged bronze medals in the men's 49kg, 52kg, and 56kg events.
Talks were held in Pyongyang on Tuesday between the delegation of the Workers' Party of Korea and the delegation of the Mongolian People's Party. present there from the Workers' Party of Korea side were Kang Suk-ju, member of the Political Bureau and Secretary of the Central Committee of the Workers' Party of Korea, and other officials of the party Central Committee, and from the opposite side, members of the delegation of the Mongolian People's Party, led by Secretary General Menghubatu Jamyan. At the talk, both sides informed each other of their party activities and exchanged views on further developing the friendly relations between the two parties and the issues of mutual concern. That day, an agreement on cooperation between the Workers' Party of Korea and the Mongolian People's Party was signed in Pyongyang. It was inked by Kang Suk-ju and Secretary General Menghubatu Jamyan. The Central Committee of the Workers' Party of Korea gave a reception at the Pyongyang Korea Hotel that day in honor of the delegation of the Mongolian People's Party on a visit to the DPRK.
Lee Soo-young, Minister of Foreign Affairs of the DPRK, met and had a talk with Earthlyn Cousin, Executive Director of the World Food Program and our party, who paid a courteous call on him at the Monthly Assembly Hall in Pyongyang on Tuesday.
DPRK Foreign Minister Lee Soo-young met and talked with Herman Ferraz Alvarez, Embassy Extraordinary and Plenipotentiary of the Republic of Cuba to the DPRK, and Mongolian Embassy Extraordinary and Plenipotentiary Manibad Rahim Ganberg, who paid a courteous call on him on the 20th.
Earthlyn Cousin, Executive Director of the World Food Program and our party, visited the Pyongyang Children's Foodstuff Factory on the 20th. They also visited the Munsu Water Park, the South Pyongyang Provincial Baby Home, and other places.
President of the South Korean Red Cross sent a message of sympathy on the 20th to the chairman of the Central Committee of the Red Cross Society of the DPRK. The message expressed deep sympathy over the loss of lives in an accident in Pyongyang on the 13th.
A candlelight meeting was held at the Seonggae Plaza in Seoul on the 17th, under the sponsorship of the round-table meeting of both sections for coping with the Paris-Seoul disaster, consisting of more than 500 civic and public organizations of South Korea, according to the South Korean internet newspaper Voice of People. The meeting was attended by more than 50,000 people from all walks of life, including members of civic and public organizations, scholars, pressmen, university students, religionists, and housewives. Not only the roads on both sides of the Seonggae Plaza, but also the nearby bridge and balustrades of the buildings were crowded with people holding candlelight. The candlelight procession was hundreds of meters long. The participants were holding slogan boards reading, "President Park Geun-hye must bear responsibility, Park Geun-hye resign, and prove in truth enact special law." The meeting heard speeches denouncing the Park Geun-hye group for having committed massacres bearing hundreds of lives in the sea. Kim Jin-mo, student of Hansin University, who had his hair cut and is going on a hunger strike, calling for a probe into the truth behind the Paris-Seoul incident, mounted the stage and asked the crowd, "Is the Paris-Seoul disaster an accident or massacre?" The participants unanimously replied in anger, "It is massacre." The meeting was followed by a demonstration. The enraged demonstrators shouted, "Park Geun-hye resign, Park Geun-hye must bear the responsibility," and so on. When the demonstrators marched to the Blue House, the fascist police walked off 115. The demonstrators gathered before the joint incense burning altar in the Seoul Square, mourned the victims, and expressed the will to wage another candlelight struggle with the participation of 100,000 people on the 24th.
According to the South Korean internet newspaper Tatsumingo, students in Seoul held a memorial service at the Seonggae Plaza on the 17th and demanded the authorities clarify the truth behind the failure in finding out the missing for over 1 month after the ferry disaster. Speakers at the service said the president is to blame for hundreds of casualties and urged Park Geun-hye not to apologize but to resign. Earlier on the 15th, students of Ulsan University and other universities made a silent march, holding paper sheets reading, "Stay put," in protest against the authorities. On the same day, the Government Employees Union of South Korea held a press conference before the government on the situation, demanding resignation of Park Geun-hye, head of the present regime, incapable of protecting the people, according to the South Korean internet newspaper Voice of People.
The Major Committee of the Families of the Victims, the Missing and Survivors in the terror incident in South Korea issued a statement on the 16th, demanding a thorough clarification of the truth of the ferry sinking. According to the South Korean CBS, the Ansan Citizens Major Committee for the Settlement of the issue of ferry sewer went on a 10 million signature-seeking campaign from the 17th, and the South Korean religious organizations, the Church Women's Federation, the Church Media Council, and the National Federation of Young Christians Associations issued statements, commentary, and appeals concerning the ferry disaster.
The South Korean Solidarity for Progress issued a commentary on the 16th, denouncing Japan for its moves to revive militarism. The commentary said the Japanese Prime Minister told the news briefing that they would decide on the main direction of the law to be amended when the change of the constitutional interpretations concerning the right to collective self-defense is judged to be necessary. The commentary expressed that Japan's attempt to amend the pacifist constitution is aimed at becoming a country capable of rule. What is more serious is that the South Korean authorities tending to military nexus with Japan, including conclusion of a military information agreement, support Japan's exercise of the right to collective self-defense and combat the Korean Peninsula, the commentary added. That day, the South Korean newspaper Hangul-ilbo editorially disclosed the aggressiveness of Japan's exercise of the right to collective self-defense.
The Nigerian National Committee for the Study of Kim Il-sungism, Kim Jong-ilism recently blogged articles titled Sungun Commander and Socialist Korea and Realistic Way of Korea's Reunification on its website. And that's the end of the news read by Kim Hyun-ok and Che Jong-nam. This is Voice of Korea.
Please enjoy your opinion during Kim Pan-sung, Air Marshal Kim Sung. was running horses. The matter was running horses was presented to great leader Kim Jong-il by a friendly delegation of Russia that visited the Democratic People's Republic of Korea in August 1994 or 2005. The members of the delegation had repeated discussions on the gifts to present to Kim Jong-il and at last prepared the metal work representing running horses. The gift weighed 7 kilograms and the surface was plated with gold. It is 50 centimeters long, 16 centimeters wide, and 20 centimeters high. Presenting the gift, the head of the delegation said, "This metal work is the best decoration representing 8 fast running horses. The 8 running horses represent the spirit of Korea rushing forward toward success, victory, and future like a pack of winds with united strength under the wise leadership of the great leader Kim Jong-il."
We observe a told you about gift, metal work, running horses. This is voice of Korea. Now here's a female Sala in India. sing of the dear journal of the people. Is the female chorus of the new song, A Train Bound to the Front. Words by Kim Gi-sung, music by Son Tae-sung, arrangement by Kim Un-jung, sung by vocal group of the Morambong Band, accompaniment by the Morambong Band.
뜨거운 옆들은 어머니 콧걸음 날리네
orchestra music, let us support our Supreme Commander with arms. present the song The Flower Girl from the revolutionary opera The Flower Girl, adapted from the immortal masterpiece of the same title.
Now here's the female solo, The Motherland and I.